bounce back and forth, ping pong from gold 1 to gold 4, gold 1 to gold 4. I could never get out. I could never get good teammates. Felt like, I didn't know what I could do. So I signed up the coaching to see what I could improve, and you identified all these fucking things. And I'm teaching this semester. I'm teaching a grad seminar, so I don't have as much time for games as I would like. So I'm only playing a handful of games every week, but I just 2 days ago promoted to, or 3 days ago promoted to Plat 4.
Let's go. And how do you feel? How do you feel going
It
from that to
felt
Plat
pretty.
4?
It felt pretty fucking good because I'm sitting here like thinking, oh, this was kind of easy. Once I started actually taking this advice and changing the way I did my macro play, and I'm still sitting there thinking like, okay, there's still room for improvement, and I'm watching my thing and watching my replays, and saying like, oh, I didn't, I messed up here. I didn't invade here when I should have. So I'm still like definitely on the starting point of my learning curve, but with just a handful of games after getting coaching from you, boom, promoted. Like that was my goal, was to get out of gold, and I did it. Now I'm wondering if I can climb in platinum. So
I think
maybe.
platinum might be where the hard work will come in, where you have to like refine. Because it sounds like you're able to see the things too, which is interesting. It's hard to
Yeah,
tell with some people.
but I couldn't see them by myself. I watched every replay and thought, oh, that looked great. And then I watched them with you, and you're like, no, this was bad. This was bad. This was terrible. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so now I see the game differently, which I think is like the precondition for improvement.
That's cool to hear.
So if it helps, I'm happy to give a testimonial. But
Yeah, it always helps. The one that I have up is like literally a meme, the video one. And then if you have a college professor with tenure, baby, then maybe that adds some credit to it.
yeah, I don't know about that, but I did mention it to my students. I mention this sometimes. I'm like, yeah, so I just promoted to platinum in League of Legends. And I just I'm looking at the podium, and I look up, and there's like 1 or 2 people looking at me like they know what I mean. And everyone else is like, what? So yeah, I had fun with them.
And the one guy's thinking, but he plays BEL'VETH. That champ's broken.
Oh, she's so fun. Oh my god, I've been enjoying her more since I've been getting promoted. And part of what your advice does is it's like shows me how to improve what I can do without relying on my team to be good. So it's like when I get a good team, it almost doesn't feel fair. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I
Right?
can do this without them, but
Yeah, that's kind of how I built it up too. Through the struggle too, where it's like I wanted to work with them at first. Then I realized that on both ends in a way. If bad or if good, like I should be in this sort of position, which is like that neutral position. I get lost on that recently. I've been playing Kane and Briar, and I'll overreach and do stupid shit or be at weird spots, and then I have to like reel it back.
oh, the temptation to overreach as Briar is so
Yeah, to
intense.
throw a funny ulti and lose the whole damn game.
I have a story about Briar, and I wonder if you've played her in ARAM. I don't even know if you even play ARAMs.
No, I don't like ARAM too much.
I don't either. It's actually really boring, unless you get lucky and get one of your main champs. Then it's the most fun thing in the world, because it's like you have 120 lavender stacks on BEL'VETH at like 9 minutes, and the enemy team like thinks they can fight you, and then you reach that point where you've got like Death's Dance, Black Cleaver, maybe Stride Breaker, whatever you build, and of course Kraken Slayer, and all of a sudden like you're 1v5ing their entire team, and you just watch them start to panic, and it's so fun. It's nothing but team fighting with super fed BEL'VETH.
Do
Anyway.
you get the form that spawns the funny minions on
Oh,
ARAM?
actually, I don't remember if you do. I think that like they used to have it that if you killed like a void champion, like Malzahar and the like, that you'd get them.
Okay.
But I think they got rid of that. So no, I don't think you get your minions. But God, it's fun. Well, the story was that I have a group of friends that get too stressed out with ranked. So sometimes after I have spent my emotional energy for the day, and I'll still hang out with them. I'll play a couple ARAMs with them. And this time I got Briar, and I'm like, oh, this is a pretty risk-free way to try her out. And so I go to like the online guide. Sometimes I just like to see what they recommend building. And the thing I most like about it is the metadata where they tell you where they're currently ranked in their win rate for ARAM. And Briar was dead last of all the fucking
Damn.
champions in the entire game. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And you can understand why, right? You're just constantly inting under a tower.
Yeah, she don't do nothing.
But actually, like, I felt pretty useful and strong. I just had to be smart about when I went in and what my targets were. But we won, and I was like, yeah, it's just she's last because people still don't know how to play her right in ARAM. But anyways,
Well, like, yeah, imagine a turbo noob too. Like, they're gonna press W and it's over. They're
uh-huh.
dead.
Yep,
I can't believe that the last place, because
dead
like
last.
for the longest time it'd be like the weird melee champs like Udyr or something. Udyr, Singe, like just the pathetic meatballs, but that makes sense. Alright, so this game I went PTA because it's like ranged, ranged, ranged. And then with their top side too, sometimes when they have like 1-2 tank, PTA can be fine too when the whole goal is to get onto their back line. And then Echo's an assassin too. So even though we might be fighting him for a long time, it's more important to have like high burst damage.
So from what you had told me before, I was kind of thinking that like PTA would be good against like assassins or squishy champions where the fights are going to be short, and that Conqueror would be better if they're like bruisers or tanks where you can have long fights. Is that kind of still the general rule of thumb?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Where Conqueror's a lot more easier to get away with too. Like current meta, but then also with the damn Stride Breaker. Be overpowered. And there's no CC from the enemy team here, so we're cool just to barrel right into him.
And so when
And
you're
there's like no threat of Echo being on my top side. Go ahead.
okay, I was gonna ask when you're on the red side and you want to maybe go for
Oh.
the Raptors or something. She flashed. Can you only really do that if your team comes around for an invade, or like that's something I never got a chance to ask you about?
It
I always
really
go.
depends on like the level 1 strength of the champions. So I don't want to do it this game because like Kai'Sa's outranged by Caitlyn, and then Rel has to all in the Senna. So even though I'm stronger than Echo level 1 per se, like it's better if I stick to my path than to do this in bid. Oh, apparently they don't. What are they thinking though?
Interesting.
No, get off my red buff. They're gonna know I'm here. But I do the Raptors so fast. Maybe they don't have this hoarded. I can get lucky and smite red. Oh. Well, let's go into his red side because now Echo's level 2 and I kinda win level 2. So I can do his Raptors and then go to my blue side and then we'll be even in camps. At least if he doesn't do the golems. Kind of awkward, but if we split map like this, I'm also down so I can gank his bot lane.
And is this I didn't check, but is this a ranked game?
Yeah.
Okay. And so your opponents are going to be roughly at what level?
We're in Masters 200.
Okay. All right. So way better than what I would be facing.
I wish I was higher. I was going win-loss last night. Alrighty, so bot lane probably warded. It's okay. I'm surprised Echo doesn't grudge match this. And you want to check like right here if the minions would be here. But then spot me moving into this. And then we want to use the health potion as we finish this. Wow. So, are we gonna dive Caitlyn? Yes or no? Well, we better choose. I think dive.
Okay. I was gonna say it depends on if your bot lane can push that minion wave in, but it looks like they are.
And now it's all Rel.
So you're waiting for Rel to take aggro. Oh yeah. Oh god, that.
And then Echo 16 CS, but okay, he gets the kill. Good for him. But I have full HP. Waiting for my abilities. Aw. Q, A, Q, A. Moving. A, W. Bye, Echo. Alrighty, so then our raptors are respawning up here. Since these are respawning, I kind of want to do these and then get back to, there's no way this guy invades. Back to my blue side so that I can get ball lane again. And then meanwhile, too, Echo will be doing his blue side, so I honestly think that I have a lot of time to play with on the bot side.
And is ganking bot side almost always the priority over like going top like Echo's doing?
Well, this game we have Rel and Ari and Silas, so Silas is strong like level 3, level 6, and then Ari strong level 6, but we have Rel in the bot lane. So, since we have that Rel, we can use them super early.
Because she can help set up plays with crowd control.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, Silas doesn't have TP. His life's over. But since he killed my top lane, I get his 2 camps. Now they killed Senna again, so that kind of ruins my groove. But I think I have time to get down here after doing golems.
And you were able to just take this entire bot farm because he showed top right as you were coming down for his raptors, right?
Right. And then we also gave him the top side, because if he stayed to do his blue side, it would be the same consequence.
Okay.
Hello, friends. You can play this as slow as possible. It's fine. I have enough gold for, Oh! Kill him! Nice.
Nice.
We have this, and we have very solid boink. Full clear down. I'll get a control word too. The game's a little messy.
This is a question I was going to ask you is your approach to control wards, because I have a friend I play with complains that I don't buy them often enough. And I'm like, I think inexperienced players buy them too often and put them places they can't defend them. And then I watched my friend put it in the same bush like 4 times. The enemy laner just walked over and cleared it every time. And I'm like, you're just giving them gold. Like, but I admittedly maybe don't buy them as much as I should. I only get them like if I'm on my way to an objective that I really want to make sure we get, and it's going to be kind of like a little bit of a race for the objective, like a Baron or Hextech Drake or something.
Right. I think you can get them in the early game whenever you can defend. Oh, you can defend a lane or attack one. Q, W. Nice. My friends are like, listen, when you're watching, my allies CC them under turret. They don't usually do this for me, you know? Usually make me tank and then I die and then my path is... Like, I want to get this scuttle, I want to get my raptors. It'd be very not chill. Alright, so now we're looking for level 6, but I'm also looking to kind of farm max this guy. The Echo is 39 CS, and I can do all of these, like, faster than we can really deal with it. My Ari's ulti is coming up too, so... Maybe we just go into his red side again. Because he only had that Gromp. Right, and now he's looking for something. If he stops for that blue buff, we get the entire red side.
Okay.
Here's the control. He went to top lane, you're fucking... He's just giving him away. With definitely less prio on the Rift Herald because I already have like this rotation on his red side. And then I can keep abusing it in such a way that I can get Kraken Slayer like super early. Okay. Now I have a problem here. My ball lane's not here. But I have Futures Mark. Run! I know, guys. I know. Sorry. Big missing. Okay, Jace isn't coming. We're good. I know.
Oh, they're mad at you.
Alrighty, he didn't do Rift Herald. We're in business. He has no camps. So what is he going to do? He's going to force a play bot. And all I need is one camp to get the Kraken Slayer without Futures. So, into bot lane we go. Echo's hand is forced. Alrighty, he's not doing a play. Back to the top side. We have the Kraken Slayer. And we can play for Rift. I'm level 7. That guy... I mean, he does have a Proto Belt, to be fair. Who gave him all these fucking kills? Ooh. Wow, my team is fed. Look at Kai'Sa's. Oh.
Did she go Umbral first item?
Oh yeah, Umbral. Serrated Dirt.
I did not know that.
Okay, they get first Rift. Fair enough. But he's level 6. E. Q. And then since we chase them here, we're in a position to still contest something. We're gonna make him pay. Because if he spent resources on that damn Rift Herald, like 52 CS, let's just keep making it worse. I've taken so many of this guy's camp. Oh, into his red side.
Oh, poor Echo.
Q. W. Nice. Q. Oh!
Oh, that's Shen. Oh,
Sorry. Oh my god.
you know, I hate playing against Shen for that reason. Because BEL'VETH is like, you know, no one's gonna beat her one-on-one in the jungle, really. So you think it's a one-on-one fight, and it's like, nope, not a one-on-one fight. Here comes Shen.
It was so low, too. I was even trying to be lax with that, where I was, like, queuing away. Or moving away, then queuing in, so I wouldn't take a turret shot. It did not work out. So since the Kai'Sa is fed, we're just gonna path towards her. Maybe the Sylas can steal the Shin ulti too, but we're kind of taking an L, where they're getting the objectives, but we're trading it for the farm. The way that we're gonna have to leverage the farm is like on the component spike. So that would be after we clear everything here and then get a reset off. Surely I'm just clearing like 10 years faster than Echo. At least they got Echo ulti. There's not a huge onus for me to do anything here, but I'm thinking that Caitlyn wants to crash this wave, knowing that she saw the Rel and Kai'Sa commit to that play. Therefore, she can like finally get a win. And then who's here to ruin her day? Who's here to ruin my day? Damn. Crit, crit, crit. I didn't have my E either. God damn. 476.
For a long time, I used to do, you'll hate this, for a long time I used to do Emax on BEL'VETH.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, she was like really played a lot, had a really high win rate, and so they nerfed her E a long time ago, adding the early cooldown penalty. And I was just like, fuck it, like, I hate not having it up in a fight. There's so many fights where it looks like you're gonna lose, and then because you still have E, no, you win. But then the reverse is true. Fights that you look like you should win, but you don't have E, you lose them. And so I used to do an Emax just so that shit was up. And now I don't for a long time, ever since I've been coaching with you, but even before that, I decided no, the Q is just too strong.
I used to do the Emax with the on-hit build.
Okay.
Like 2-3 points Q. I mean, you can still do that. It's really good with the PTA and then like fork and whatnot. So what do you... Oh! This guy is not playing games. Oh. Oh! God! Don't hurt me, I work at a grocery store. My legs hurt enough. Alrighty, and then we're back to it, the farm max to bot side. And I'm also playing around this Rift Herald spawn too. but I'm mainly playing around, like, I have winning Kai'Sa, so I want to take that as far as I can. No. Okay. A 110 to 66, but he has killed my bot lane. Oh. Goes bot turret. Which, as you know, is not our problem. Hello. Give me the ground. But since I saw Echo there, I know we're gonna 1v1 for a while here. They have Sin ulti, they have Shin ulti, like, there's no such thing as a 1v1. Oh! I'm dead. Oh, I have a Shin ulti. Interesting.
Ah, I didn't think of that.
Uh-huh, my Shin go and die.
Your
I need to
Shen's
recall quick.
Not very tanky.
My Shin built an Everfrost. And the whole damn Stride Breaker. And this is where we, like, have, like, overtaken the Echo here. We sack first Rift Herald for the farm max for the boom. We got 2 items. What do you have?
Yeah, damn, 50 CS up on him.
Please. This Caitlyn slams.
Shut down.
Oh. Now, if I can get some damn damage on the Shin beforehand, he can't ult in.
There you go.
Hello, friend. No. Thank you. Oh, played that pretty bad.
Was your Silas just right there the entire time?
I think he was in lane, but IDK what he was doing. And then this is weird, it's like, we definitely want Ninja Tabby. But then they deal so much magic damage. But if we get, like, Maw later, it's way more, like, magic resistant than Mercs would give us. And we can't really utilize the Mercs unless we really mess up. So long that Rift Herald's defended, this is fine. The only downside would be, like, if Echo's farming. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask about, like, tenacity in a game like this, but I guess, like, the big issues are, like, is really Shen. But
yeah, it's mostly the shield because I have the mobility to deal with any of their CC. It's a matter of, like, me misplaying.
Right. Okay.
Look at that thing. I mean, you guys can have that dragon. We do not care. Yes. And we're right back to it, clearing those jungle camps. So now we're looking for level 13 with the Emax, but then with the form I'm looking to kind of just attack anyone that's in the side lane after I clear all the camps now. Because every time I was clearing the camps in the early game I didn't have form because I didn't get that first Rift Herald. Oh, not the Shin problem again. Shoot. 30. Jesus Christ, don't kill me, please! What the fuck? Getting owned by a Senna.
Yeah, Shen is so annoying because, like, you're so strong in the side lane, you know, like, that's what I love to do as BEL'VETH, is punish people in the mid to late game that push up, because, like, nobody can... She punishes the champs that are normally good at split pushing.
Right. Yeah, Shin is such a bummer for her.
But
Like
Shen,
any assassin champion, but damn.
he just like anyone that makes it so you don't get that kill. That first one in your alt reset, like Renata or like Lulu or fucking Zillion, like I hate playing against that shit.
Right, so we lost our form, and now it's back to being a a basic champion. But we do have Rift Herald. So what I can do now is like set up fights for my team with the Stride Breaker and the W.
Okay.
Since I can be a tool for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a friend who, like, that I sometimes play with.
Guys, I am dead to like nothing once again. Delivering this guy. Helping.
Would they kill
Oh
him?
my God.
Like they just they
If I
just had
get
to hit
that
him once.
ulti, they're both dead, dude.
I don't. It doesn't seem like your team understands how BEL'VETH works. Like that nobody targeted that Jace with 1 HP that you had the knock up on. But long story short, friend wanted to play jungle, so I experimentally, so we just did a drafts game, and I went into support. But the person he wanted to play in jungle is the person I normally play in support. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do BEL'VETH support."
And you owned?
No, well, it's like, you're not gonna get any gold, you're not gonna get ahead, but is there another support that can out damage you in a 2v2, like besides maybe like Brand or something, but they're not gonna out damage you like at level 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
And the recommended build is like pretty much like tank support. That didn't feel so good, but what actually felt really fucking good, and it was actually way more fun than playing her jungle. Because, and this is what reminded me of it, is you're just kind of doing like a support role. Like you're setting up the fights, doing a bit of damage, ducking out. What is your team? Why is your team just sitting there?
Well, they engaged this and then backpedaled. And then I used my initial Qs on Caitlyn. This is taking a turn for the worse.
But the lethality build, so like Dustblade, Collector, that felt really fucking good. And so I would just kind of like set up the plays, but you're not the jungler, you're not in a carry role, you're the support, so you really do rely on your team to do, a lot of the work. But, you get a couple kills and assists, you get your form, like, it felt really good actually.
Yeah, the couple times I played it, where it functions as like this weird, like set support, where she can go in and then tank. You max W, right?
That's what they said, and I think I still ended up maxing Q. Oh god, they want you so bad.
Pretty. I was trying to set up Silas there.
Like where she's really strong is against like tank engages like Nautilus, because he wants to like get on top of you, and then as soon as he's on top of you, it's like, okay, now what, bitch? Like I'm the one that wanted to get on top of you, and then he's just trying to run away. And so once he realizes he can't Q to you, he can't engage, he just has to basically stand there doing nothing and trying to dodge your W. And if you land a W and get on top of him, he has to flash away, and once his flash is up, the next time you do that, he's dead. It felt so strong. It felt so good. I've only played a handful of games, but that was like what I'm noticing in this game is it's like if you didn't have form, you're just kind of temporarily going to do the supportive role thing. That's what the whole game kind of felt like. But it took the pressure off. It was fun. I don't think I do it in ranked, but
it's good. People main the BEL'VETH support.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, especially at the start of the season. She does so much damn damage.
And
Sorry. Now, I think the big mistake I've made this game was I didn't wait for them to attack my allies totally before I flank, and then I just find myself getting 1v9 by the damn Sin and Caitlyn damage. I can't deal with it.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I personally would be, if I were playing this game, I would be super, super frustrated with my team if I were you. It just seems like there were so many fights. Oh, nice. That was a big shutdown.
and I Q on the Kaylin here, so she has to respect me and then can't enter the fight. How? How am I dead, guys?
It's
What is
because
this
they're
damage?
they're getting 1v3'd by the Echo.
Oh my
Somehow.
god! Legit though, this Caitlyn is like fucking owning me. I can't even be mad. He he crits really well. At least that first fight, he crit bang, 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 and then the mistake I made going into the mid game though was that these champions are like all melee, like, and I didn't wait for the enemy to like fully commit in before flanking.
Yep. Yep.
But we had a pretty good macro sequence in which we had the 2 items on the second Rift Herald, get that, and then I just threw it bot lane with the Shin moment. But the damn Senna was there too. If I just went, honestly, if I just went mid lane because they had that Shin, that really
It,
changes things.
didn't they just buff Caitlyn where they gave her more headshots or something like that?
I think they did. Let me see.
I thought it was like not this last update, but the one before. She just
New
headshots more often.
critical strike ratio formula changed from that to 130. Bitch, I knew something was up.
Maybe that's what it was.
You're hitting me with 130s. Bang, bang. Did I have the replay? Fuck. I want to see that one fight though, where usually I'm allowed to dash into her, but not this time. And then if we feed with their team comp, Jace, Echo just keep their entire team comp. Honestly, they just smork forward. Did you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, never did. I have a friend that I play with who did though.
Damn. Did you ever play Hearthstone?
I played like a handful of games back when it first came out. Thought it was pretty fun.
Okay. Have you ever played? What else would this be like? I got no. Like, I was thinking like it's very much card game where it's like you just bash into them. Already show me the crits. Ruin my life, man. That first Q miss is L. Bang! What the fuck? What the fuck? She has static shiv, okay?
It's the Shiv proc, yeah.
Bang. E. Holy shit!
And
Oh
then
my god!
she's buffering, and then she dodges that Q
Good flash.
with her,
Oh!
and then another crit. Oh my god.
Ah!
I'm not even sure you won that with E just because she flashed out of
Holy
its range.
shit.
Wow.
Well. The less, like, the fundamental is, like, let her walk as far into the bush as she can, but damn. Damn.
Um, that was still really helpful and interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that this session is just supposed to be 30 minutes, so I won't take up too much more of your time. But one of the things I'd always been meaning to ask you for or about in coaching sessions was like playing when your team is like behind, playing from behind, like as a
Mm,
general strategy, because I don't do that well. Like if the game's going well and I'm losing, I tend to be the one that throws the old FF vote up there.
that's basically how it is on BEL'VETH, but you kind of have to enter this like Chinese nirvana, like the way that they would play it. It's like, okay, once we're losing on BEL'VETH, we can completely concede that the show is over. So we might be 10-0, but we might have to go 10-10 to win the game. Whereas if we try to play it like 10-1, we're probably gonna lose. So then it looks something like you do your camps, and then wherever a fight is going to be, we want to be there. Map real quick.
So prioritize just grouping with the team, even if you have to like give up farm to do it.
Usually, like the same way that you can skip camps whenever you have the levels that you need, you can do that come mid game. You can't always skip the camps, but you can skip a couple of them because you can do like 1-2 camp, and then you're in position for the fight. Fight happens, die. Then you're gonna have to reset to another fight, inevitably. Die, okay? Like worst case scenario. And then nothing's gonna happen for a little bit, and you could do a full clear, and then the catch-up XP will be in full force at that point.
What do you do in your if your team's losing so bad that you can't even show your face in your own jungle because the whole enemy team is there? They just took all your camps and they're waiting for you.
Well, we could still be like somewhere in these base gates. So like
Okay.
let's say on red side you can be right here, and then on blue side you can be right here, and hopefully the enemy team is like pushing these turrets because that like gives us an opportunity
Okay. Those are the
because
moments, yeah, that I just kind of give up.
yeah, it seems like that where there's nothing to do, but what like in ARAM, whenever you lose the turrets, right, all you're really waiting for them is to push the wave. And that's what we're totally waiting for, is like losing Bel'Veth. We wait for them to push the wave. And then you have two options, like you defend front to back, um, or you defend from a flank. So you wait for the fight to start and then flank. Both have like different values. So like with the Bel'Veth support, whenever you can QW into the enemy, then that's fine. It's good. But like the game I just played, if I tried to do the front to back, it wouldn't work because the enemy outranged me like too egregiously. And you also have to consider if you do the front to back, like these guys had poke. I'd get hit once and have to go back to base, and then that would give them an opportunity. Whereas if they dive and then I flank, then they have less time to play with.
Damn. Your Kai'Sa was really fed, but it just didn't seem like she was like controlling the team fights.
Yeah, well, she didn't have the best supporting cast here, myself included, but like this, the rel like kind of threw the lane and then they lost turret, and then and then Kai'Sa's like doomed to be pushed in mid, and mid lane also lost, so it's like she's in a fucked up like ARAM situation against this. Basically all by herself. So what Kaisa needed was for like uh, us to like receive the attack properly and then like everyone collapsed. So it'd be much better if the enemy team grouped and pushed, at least for us. And then like Ari TP flanks, I'm in flank position, Rel engages, and then Kaisa's in. Something like that. But that never happened. It was always just like bullshit, like in the side lane, dead. In the dead. On the dragon, dead. Poor guy.
Oh, there's that one fight you flanked and like there three of them rotated towards you and Caitlyn killed you in like three autos. And meanwhile, your team was like 3v1 against just Echo and they were like running away from him
Yeah.
like terrified. And so when I saw that I was like, "Oh, I don't know if this game is possible with this team."
Especially like I think it all ends when I die right here with the Rift Herald form. It's like fuck. Everyone's well, at least like the solos and support were just too far. Like but not behind. They threw their tempo in the garbage. And we needed stable tempo or the enemy can just bulldoze over this fucking game.
Gotcha.
Damn, like I had 10K too. It wasn't like insurmountable, but just a small lead they got. That's surprisingly closer, but then, I needed like 13 to even out this 8 to fucking 12. And then this guy like exacerbates them. But yeah. So that helped?
Yeah, that was helpful. Hearing you talk through your process and just seeing how like aggressively you were counter farming him, and talking about your decisions about where to invade and keep the pressure on. It seemed like yeah, you guys definitely had the tempo the early game. So
True. I forgot that I invaded level 1. Like with that sort of shit, you just have to let it rip too and then see what happens because Bel'Veth is very good at adapting to those plays.
hmm.
But just like the Diana game I did with you, it's like first see that it's possible, and then just go try it out, see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll definitely sign up again for something next week if that's okay.
Cool with me.
All right. And
I'm thinking,
meanwhile,
yeah, I'm thinking that we do a VOD review, and where you hit platinum too. I'll be interested to see if some of the games you get if there's like a drastic change that you feel or not.
Yeah, I haven't played one yet since then, but
Are you nervous?
a little bit, yeah. So,
The same way, like the Stoics will be like, now imagine you're dead. How do you want to live your life now? It's the same shit with ranked anxiety. Imagine the
oh
rank is
man.
gone and you never hit it. Uh,
Well, I will sign up for a VOD review then. Oh, and I keep meaning to ask you and forgetting, like, what time of day is like best? Like, I have no idea what your like work or sleep schedule's like. But my Fridays usually are pretty flexible, so I could do morning, I could do afternoon, I could do anytime.
let's see. My fucking work schedule, lol. I have a Tuesday off, and then most days I'm off at um let's say like 7 to 6. So then I'd be available like 8 p.m. EST forward.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
you send me a time that works for you, I can just let you know if it works or not. We can just bounce it back and forth. It's fine with
And
me.
and something that late wouldn't be too late for you, like you don't go to bed early or anything like that.
It depends on the day. I've been taking it easy with like the physical job, so
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Well, maybe I'll try a little later on next Friday then. Like if that's not cutting into your personal time. I don't know if you go out on Fridays or whatever. I don't.
definitely not. Definitely
I,
not.
I
We're
play
on the
video
computer.
games.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, maybe I'll sign up for. You said 8 Eastern. I'm in Central, so I think that'd be like 7 Central. So sign up for that.
Already sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Have a nice weekend, man.
You too. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Beep bop.